This is a certified hood classic.
Hello, welcome to Left in the South podcast, episode
16.
What's up, Caleb? How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing good, man.
16.
Episodes, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
You know, we were just talking about
I
the
like
fact
it. It's a nice number, dude.
it is, man.
Like-
It's a whole divisible evenly by both,
8 and 4.
which are both
Yeah,
not
it's kind of
prime
fucking
numbers.
crazy.
It is crazy, man. We were just talking about how
15,
it's
dude.
weird that 15 hours of our voice has been immortalized on the internet forever,
Yeah,
never to go
which
away.
is, I mean, unless the internet goes down, right?
Yeah, but at that point, is life really worth living? If I can't post, what
True.
can I do?
If you can't shit post on Twitter, then
I post
what is-
because I breathe.
Dude, but our Twitter giveaway, speaking about Twitter, that's still going on right now. It ends on, I believe, oh god, I don't know when it ends. The 14th of next month.
Yeah, so about a little over 2 weeks. You have that
Yeah.
long to enter.
And our YouTube channel, it's really a rebirth of Left in the South. We're on YouTube. We're posting clips. I mean, really, it's the place to be right now.
Yeah, a renaissance, if you will.
Yeah.
A Left in the South renaissance.
And it's on YouTube. You need a sub, like now.
Right now.
Go over
If you're
there.
not subbed to
Sub.
us, you're not a real fan.
That's true. We only have
But also
12
we love
subs on YouTube. Yeah, we do love you. Thank you for all the support.
Yeah, unless you're not subbed to us.
Yeah, then fuck you. But honestly, how's your week been, dude?
It's been good, man. I've had a stressful week, lots of exams going on, but my brain has been occupied by all of the happenings going on around the country, so we're all good. Oh, and by the way,
Honestly,
I'm also worried about
coronavirus.
dying. Yeah, from coronavirus.
Fuck, dude. I that's something I want to, if you want to get into this right now, that's something I want to talk about, right now. That CDC thing you posted in our Discord honestly got me a little worried.
Yeah. The
Like-
CDC basically saying, yeah, this is probably going to cause an apocalypse, and we're all going to die.
It's kind of fucking worrying. Do you, know why the coronavirus is so dangerous?
I mean, same reason the flu is dangerous. Like, if you have a compromised immune system, or if you're, elderly or young, it's dangerous to get it. But, I mean, it's just, if you've ever had the flu, you were more likely to die from that than you are to die from coronavirus.
Honestly, you're fucking... I'm a little worried because I've been sick for, the past week. And, all this corona talk got me on edge.
Honestly.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
get some Bud Light virus in this bitch?
Yeah, fuck. I mean, if it's actually as bad as it is, dude, I'm a little worried because I got no food in my house. The first thing people are gonna go after is the food, bro.
The first thing they're going to go after is the milk and bread, the perishables, Because you never know when the last loaf of bread you're going to buy
Yeah,
is.
what are you gonna eat the last? Everyone loves toast,
Yeah,
milk with their coffee.
everyone. Of course, yeah. Yeah,
It's
but
essential.
have you ever thought, David, anytime you go to the store and you buy a pint of ice cream and you're like, this may be the last ice cream I ever eat. You ever thought about that?
Actually, I never think about that ever. I just think
Maybe
about
that's just
I'm about to grab this ice cream and I'm about to have a good ass time.
Oh, hell yeah. It's kind of weird to me that, whenever disasters and shit happen, the first thing they buy is, everything that goes bad instantly. Like milk and bread and, things like that, you
Right?
know? Why not buy fucking cans of food that last years?
Because, dude, they gotta go after that milk and bread, man. You guys oh shit, we need fresh milk and bread.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the show, that show that was on some television network where basically all the electricity goes out and they can't use it anymore? Well, let's Google
no.
this. I need to look into this right now.
Okay.
Television show where electricity is gone.
Are we still rolling?
Yeah, we're still rolling. Oh, it's called
Okay.
Revolution. 15 years after an unknown event caused all electricity to stop working, plunging the world back into the dark ages.
Shit.
I feel like that's what coronavirus is going to do to us,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
coronavirus is gonna happen. Yellowstone's gonna explode,
Yeah.
and
dude,
we'll really
we're-
be back in the dark ages.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't wait for a fucking nuclear winter to happen. That's going to be so sick, because, it's really hot down here in the
Ash.
south. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ash
honestly.
Ash just has a way of cooling you down, filling your
Right,
lungs.
the whole
you know?
world.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if Yellowstone exploded, there would be feet of ash you would have to walk through.
Yeah, what's wrong with that, though? No one has ever been able to answer me that. What's wrong with ash?
Throwing ash, I'm pretty sure there's a shit ton of carcinogens fucking coming out of that volcano.
Okay, ever
I'm
been to
just
Los
gonna, like, lower-
Angeles?
Actually, I've had, bro. It really is a fucking dumpster over there, dude. Like, like, I'm sorry if you're listening from Las Vegas, but I'm sorry that you live there.
Sorry,
Dude, I mean,
man. My
it's like
condolences.
it's always hot, and it's the worst type of hot. It's like,
Yeah,
well, for me at
dry.
least, because since I live in Florida, I'm used to the wet hot. But goddamn, the dry hot, it's not better.
It's not.
Like if
it's
you're
worse.
if you're out in that sun for like longer than 10 minutes, like go back inside because you are dehydrated and you need water,
exactly,
and like
you know,
it shrivels you up.
that's really the tragedy of climate change. You know, not the endless extinction, but just the fact that, you know, my children are never going to be able to know what it's like to have a nice, cool summer's day.
A snow.
Yeah, or snow.
Yeah,
Or
dude, I haven't
ice
seen
in
snow in
general.
forever.
Does it snow
seen
down there, man?
No, it does not snow at all in Florida.
Wow.
I
That's
think
crazy.
the last time it snowed in Florida was like in the 90s,
Oh wow, what
and it was like
happened?
it was like a freak weather thing.
Isn't it crazy that some people live their whole lives without seeing snow?
I mean, it is crazy,
They just don't know what it is. They've never seen it before.
and that's what really separates us here in the United States.
Yeah, because we all know what snow is, because we're smart. But all those
Whoa,
other
whoa.
people, what?
There's other people who, what do you mean it doesn't snow in like plenty of states?
Okay, fair enough. But you know, at least we know what it
Right.
is, because you know.
I mean, I don't know.
we watch Seinfeld. We watch, you know, like there's snow on those shows and Friends.
Yeah, I've never watched those shows, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so like if coronavirus hits, you know, get used to the snow while you can, because I don't know, maybe it's gonna cause
When
snow.
coronavirus, it's gonna start snowing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, winter is coming.
Winter is certainly coming, and if you're not prepared, it will take you by surprise.
I mean, but let's get on like the main topic at hand here. The South Carolina debate, dude. That was pretty wild, honestly. Did you watch most of it?
Yeah, I watched. Unfortunately, you know, I told myself before this debate happened, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna watch this. It's pointless. It's a media circus, you know. Like I'm wasting my brain and my time. I was laying in bed. This is
Definitely
actually.
interesting though.
It was interesting, but this is actually like how much politics has like rot my brain. I'm literally laying in bed like trying to sleep at 9:30, 10 p.m. and I'm like. I'm like tossing and
The
turning.
debate.
I have cold sweats on my body, and like I can't sleep. And I pull up my phone. I see a CNN headline saying something about Bernie on the debate. I'm like, all right, fine, man, fuck it, I'll
I have
watch
to
it.
tune in. I mean, you have to. I mean, when you're, because like we're both like super into politics. I mean, if you don't tune into the debate, like you're missing the discussion, you know?
Yeah,
Because
Even
everyone
though-
else is gonna be fucking watching it.
it's a pointless discussion, but yeah, you're right. Like I just can't not watch it. I can't help it.
And I honestly, like, if I fucking said like 10 years ago to myself that I'll be fucking discussing politics on a regular basis, I wouldn't believe myself.
Yeah, I'd probably fucking shoot
I feel
myself.
like, yeah, I'm like, politics, dude, fuck that shit.
I'm just trying to play with my fidget spinner and my.
I'm just
wait,
trying to play Minecraft.
this was before fidget spinners. Isn't it
Yeah.
crazy that fidget spinners came out about the same time that we, you know, lost our
Go
innocence?
born.
No, we
Yeah.
lost our innocence like around the same time that fidget spinners came out. You know, like when I was graduating high school,
I was a
That's
pretty
when
woke
they came
child.
out.
It was probably before that.
probably, I don't know, like 2017-ish, 2016, you know?
It's kind of hard to pinpoint where I lost my innocence.
Yeah, I feel like once you lose it, you don't even remember what it's like anymore.
Yeah,
It's
you
kinda
just
like-
remember like, wow, I used to smile in photos back in the day.
I used to have this emotion called joy that people talk about, but I don't even remember what that's like anymore. Fuck, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, what were we talking about? The debate? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Fuck,
yeah.
dude.
Well, how did you feel overall about it, man? I thought it was pretty weak for Bernard.
Yeah, I mean, it was the crowd was against him, especially when Michael Bloomberg brought most of the crowd.
Yeah, isn't that ridiculous? It came out. If anyone doesn't know, it came out like the day after the debate, basically that everyone in the crowd minimum paid like $2,000 to get in to the fucking
That's
venue.
insane, dude.
So it was a crowd full of rich people basically booing all the progressive
But
candidates.
I'm surprised you still had Bernie supporters in that crowd, and they were loud too. You were able to hear them.
Bernie, I'm your biggest fan. I paid $2,000 to come here.
Bernard,
Notice me.
please
Yeah.
allow me to suck your big toe.
Oh, please, Bernard. Give me Medicare for all.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting debate. I feel like this one was probably the most rowdy though.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
That-
like
it was
that was just like Biden, especially Biden, even got like super triggered that like he's like everyone's talking overtime. Why should fucking I?
Yeah, but
I
he
mean,
does
why
this
should
every
I?
time.
Fuck.
Like, either fucking do it or don't, old man. Like, stop talking about
And
it. If
then
you're
like
gonna
yeah,
talk
it was
over,
funny.
go ahead.
It was funny too because someone was telling Biden, it's like, all right, Biden, it's your time, it's your time. And then Biden got super triggered. He's like, I'll fucking stop talking when I want to stop talking. And then he stopped talking. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was funny, man. It's okay. To be fair to the candidates, though, to all of the candidates, to be fair,
I'm glad that Tom Star was back there though.
I'm really glad that Tom Steyer was back. But a minute 15 is just not enough time. It's kind of like a joke at this point, you know, asking them such a
Right?
complex question and asking them to respond to you in like 60, 70 seconds. Like, it's unbelievable. It's so fucking boring and bad. And like, of course,
Right.
when you do something like that, you make it where the candidates basically have to do these like practiced lines where they're not actually answering the question because they don't have time to answer the question in depth. So they just have to say what they've been saying the whole time and not actually add anything new. It's a total waste of
Yeah.
time.
Every debate's like the same thing. Except, and I'm surprised, like, another reason why this debate was kind of bad is that they didn't even ask a question about climate change.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, that's why I feel like the value of someone like Steyer on the stage is worthwhile because he always brings it back to climate change, even though he's kind of annoying. Like, it's worth it to have him on there. Like, but at the same time though, I saw a study recently that showed that like the mainstream media news has increased their coverage of climate change by like 2/3, 66% based on like last year. So that's kind of an interesting stat.
That's really good.
I mean, it's somewhat good, but it kind of makes me like the fucking jaded person in me is like, well, they're just doing it now because it makes money, you know, because people are talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I could
'Cause if
agree
they
with
were
you on
actually-
that, like,
If they actually cared, they would have been talking about it, you know, a decade ago,
yeah,
even
like
20 years ago.
climate change is a hot topic right now. It's like, ooh, climate change. Do you believe in it? I sure do. Yeah.
Do you believe in it, Lib? Yeah, are you a Bernie bro or are you a Trumpster?
Oh my god, I honestly, like, it fucking amazes me every fucking time that there's people who are diehard fucking Trump people. Like, why?
Why? You know,
Like, I don't get it. Like,
I want to recommend a YouTube channel right now that I think is a great like piece of I don't know, like research on the mind of a Trump fan. Okay, it's called youtube.com/ or just search this on YouTube. All gas, no brakes. Okay, and I want you to go to his video called Donald Trump Jr. Book Club. Okay, because this really opened my eyes. In this video, he goes around talking to fans of Trump, fans of Donald Trump Jr., talking why they like him and
Donald
stuff like
Trump
that.
Jr. has fans?
Yeah, Don Jr., man, he wrote a book called Triggered, and that was his book title. And like, people are huge fans.
Dude,
of
that
him,
guy
man.
definitely uses 4chan.
Oh, for sure, dude. He's on 8chan. He was probably planning the fucking like Sandy. Wait, should I say this on?
Whoa. Okay.
Never mind. Allegedly, parody.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, we'll move swiftly on from that topic, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you're saying though, it does blow my mind. People are like huge fans of him. He's got this cult personality thing going on. It's what people say
Yeah.
about Bernie, but it's not actually true about Bernie. You know?
Yeah, he's like literally just the worst person ever.
Yeah. What do you think about this narrative about Bernie bros saying like basically, you know, socialism is like a white man thing that, you know, like they care about because they're privileged and stuff like that. Do you agree with that narrative, or do you
What?
think that's ridiculous?
That like socialism is just like a white man thing.
Yeah, it's like not accessible to the average person.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that because I'm a brown man, a man of color. So I mean, just, I guess like, yeah, I can see the argument for it. It's like, oh, since you have so much more time on your hands to like actually research politics and like, I don't know, find the best one that suits you. I guess you can make an argument somehow.
Yeah,
But I don't really agree with that. I mean,
yeah, but I would argue
I
that
feel like socialism is common sense, really.
Yeah, it's like that is the common person's politics, basically. Like if you're a common person, like you probably gravitate.
Like you just
towards
might not
some
have the
form
word
of
for it yet.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you. Like you may not know what it's called or what it is, but like you generally lean towards that as like a worker, you know, no matter what your political education is.
I thought it was kind of spicy in the debate that they brought up Bernie's Moscow controversy.
Oh, his honeymoon in Moscow.
his
funny.
fucking, you know, Russia is trying to help Bernie win this election. What do you think about that? Do you have any theories on that? Because I have a theory of my own.
Oh, really?
For
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
Well, I genuinely don't know. Like, when I saw that news came out, but like when I saw that headline, my heart kind of sunk a little bit. I'm like, God, they're really gonna fucking turn this on us, you know? Like, this is gonna be it.
Yeah.
This is gonna sink him. And like, luckily, I was very wrong about that. Like, I constantly get surprised by voters in this country basically like not shaking, you know, in the face of
to
like
fake news, dude.
exactly. Like it like when someone like Trump gets elected, you kind of lose your faith in like the world, you know. You're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
if you can fall for this, like what can you fall for? So I kind of thought that
Yeah.
when this happened, like I was like,
Yeah.
well, that's it, Bernie's done. But I was luckily wrong. But I don't know what my theory is though. I'm not sure. Like, what purpose would they have to vote for him? A lot of libs are saying like they want the party to be divided, but I don't agree with that narrative because I don't think Bernie is dividing the party. I think that he's actually the unity candidate. I
Yeah.
think most people agree with him. So if their goal was to divide the Democratic Party to make Trump more likely to win, Bernie is like the last person they should try to help. But really, they should be trying to help Bloomberg. But he
Yeah.
doesn't need the help, so I'm confused exactly what they're doing. And if it truly is true that they want him to win.
My theory on that is that it's fucking those big corporations, the people that Bernie's going after, making this like fucking false claims on Bernard.
Like funneling money through like Russian shell companies to fucking take him down in the U.S.
Yeah, to like, look, he's working with Russia. Members, Russia, communism. He's
Remember,
this
guys,
fucking
Russia?
communist.
Does anyone remember
He's
this?
He's a fucking communist, you know, like he's fucking working with Russia,
You know,
like type shit.
I would not put that above them, man. Like, they're ready to fight dirty for this.
Yeah, dude, and like this is like one of the steps that they're fucking making to try to take down fucking Bernard and shut him down.
Yeah, did you see his response to it, though? Basically, like, him saying
Yeah, he
that-
basically said, fuck Putin.
Yeah, like, I don't care what Putin wants. Like, the American people want me. That was, like, the perfect answer to that question.
Yeah.
Because, like, at the end of the day, the truth, like, I don't want to sound like, you know, everyone, like, you know, both sides kind of person. But, like, literally, the United States does this in almost every country. Like, any country that's below us or that relies on us in
Dude,
some way.
we have our hands on every fucking pocket.
Exactly. Like, just go back to even just the 90s. Like, look at fucking that Russian guy. Fuck, I can't remember his name right now, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Like that guy in the 90s that the US specifically wanted to win and supported him during their election, like post USSR. Like, we practically elected that guy in Russia. So, you know, I find it hard to believe that people are so against this foreign election meddling when they openly praised it in the 90s and even after that, like in the Middle East,
I
when
mean,
we
that's
put in
why
anyone.
I don't know if Venezuela is struggling right now because I don't really keep up to that stuff. But remember when they were fucking like rioting in Venezuela? Like
Yeah.
that was because
Juan Guaido.
yeah, I mean I don't know the fucking president's name, but it was because like they basically it was like a, you know, the fucking capitalist versus fucking like socialist like guy fucking going against each other.
Yeah.
And the capitalist lost, but he was still the president. Like
Right.
they made him win.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
that was all the hubbub about. And like people, you were either that guy's fucking guy or you were the guy who was actually supposed to win.
Exactly, and like that's the thing about it too is like the right wing tries to push this narrative that like no socialist has ever like won a popular vote or something like that. But then when you like your brain just fucking splits in half when you look at somewhere like Venezuela where they popularly elect a socialist. And the United States actively works to put in like a far right extremist. Like, how do you react to something like that? You know?
Yeah, and like those people fucking rioted because they didn't get the person in office that should have won, and I think that segues into our next discussion about how 100 superdelegates are
God.
playing to rat fuck Bernie.
If they do this, man, it is over. Like, it is done with. Like, I'm not trying to say anything specific, but like, fuck, man.
God.
I'm ready to go off, dude. Like, these people, they cannot do this to us. I will
It's
not
so
fucking
funny.
allow it.
It's so funny. Like a couple podcast episodes ago, you probably would have heard us saying like, you know, we're socialists, but you know, we don't think about bloody revolutions all the time.
Yeah.
But like, listen to us fucking now,
Dude, I know.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, like, for anyone who doesn't know, basically, like, the super delegate system, which we talked about in a previous episode, so I won't bore you with the details, but like if you know what the super delegates are, basically a lot of them, specifically one guy in Texas or in Tennessee, got like caught, quote unquote. I say caught because it's not against the rules for him to do this, but which is part of the problem. But basically, like he's a healthcare industry lobbyist who is actively pushing like anti-Medicare for all like rhetoric, and he's basically openly trying to recruit people to vote against Sanders if he wins the nomination. And like in other words, if you vote for him on Tuesday, like if you live in one of the Super Tuesday states, or if you voted for him already, or if you're going to vote for him in the future, there is a chance that these people will not even bother to count your vote and instead count the vote of a special interest group of like 300 individuals. Most of them are rich and powerful and wealthy and influential, and they're going to subvert the will of the democracy that we live in. And if you are a Democrat and you accept that, I just want to get to know you on a fucking personal level. And I want you to explain to me how you can possibly be okay with that, you know?
Yeah, it's honestly it's like the most fucked up thing ever, and that like this is actually happening, and then like they're openly rat fucking us, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you do, David? Like, what do we do in that situation if they actually do this and they take the convention from Bernie? If he wins, I'm assuming he wins, right? I mean, because if he doesn't win, that's one thing. But if he wins and they take it, what do we even do in that situation?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. I honestly don't know anymore. And, like, probably me a year ago would have said, like, I probably wouldn't do anything. Or, like, you know, it's like, you know, what am I supposed to do? But, like, Bernie's supporters, like, they're different from Biden supporters. They're different from Pete, Amy, Warren supporters. They're fucking out here, and they're fucking crazy, and they're fucking wild, dude.
They're ready to pop off. They're young, they're able, and they're fucking angry. You know,
honestly,
I agree. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to say do anything crazy, but like, if something crazy happens, I'll fucking be there. That's all I'm saying. Like, because it's not possible to exist in a democracy and also have institutions like this where they can just cheat and not care what we vote for. You know, like it's just they can't coexist. Yeah. And you know, if you're a true-blooded American who like loves this country for some fucking weird reason, like this is basically the one thing good about America is the fact that we get to vote and vote for who we want. Yeah. And the votes actually matter. And like, you know, they don't matter as much as they should, but at least they matter somewhat. And like if we don't have that, what the fuck do we have?
Yeah, and they're just like totally overruling us. I mean, we have an oligarchy at that point.
Yeah.
The rich decide what's best for the rest of the people.
Yeah, I mean it's already like that, but to do it so nakedly like that just means that they don't fear us anymore like they should.
I mean, honestly, this could be a good thing, too, because I feel like everyone agrees that, like, if whoever wins the vote, whoever gets the majority vote should get the nomination, and they should, you know, they should win, right? And to just, I feel like most people can agree on that, you know, the centrist, like, fucking even people on the right.
Right, yeah, that is the one thing that I think most people do agree on, and, like, that's why, like, I've seen a lot of stuff online, and, like, I don't know exactly how people feel about it. Everyday people who aren't into politics like we are, like who are not totally inundated with this shit. But like what I've seen online is people of all colors, like Pete Buttigieg supporters, Warren supporters, you know, Amy supporters, everyone basically saying like, of course, whoever wins the most votes, even if it's Bernie, should win. And if they cheat, like I'm not going to vote for a Democrat ever again. You know, and like these are people that are voting for Pete Buttigieg saying that. So like if those people are saying that, imagine what the fucking Bernie supporters will think or do if you take this shit away from him after he earns it, you know? Like I can't imagine what the response to that would be. I certainly would never vote for a Democrat again, and I would be looking to some other party to take its place. And you know, I already think that should happen, but if they do this to Bernie, like it's solid, you know, it's solidified.
I mean, the saddest thing is I don't believe that Bernie Sanders would try to run still if he got rat fucked, like fucking bull-nosed the fuck out this shit. I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, he should though. Like just to be clear, like if Bernie gets rat fucked, I believe that he has a moral obligation to run a third party campaign. Like obviously he never would because he's kind of a lib, but you know. Like,
I mean, if he agreed, I don't know if he agrees the same way. Me and you agree with fucking for Bernie or bust.
Right.
I think Bernie's more of a always blue type guy.
Yeah,
but I mean,
like, yeah, he campaigned for Hillary.
It makes no difference for us who are Bernie or bust because we already believe that if Bernie doesn't get this nomination, the Dems will lose to Trump.
Correct. Yes, exactly. That's really the ticket right there and that's the narrative that I think that you people like you and me need to run with. Like basically saying like it's not about getting Bernie in office, which truly it is, but you can use this narrative though. It's not actually about getting Bernie in office. It's the fact that we don't think anyone else can beat Trump. That's the thing. Like, are you going to get excited for Pete Buttigieg? Are you going to get excited for Amy Klobuchar or Bloomberg? Like, no, of course not. But people
No.
are excited about Bernie. So that's our best chance at beating Trump, I think. And
Yeah.
like libs are susceptible to that argument too, so I think it's a good argument to make.
Yeah, it's like, because, you know, the fucking Bernie or bust may be a little too fucking much for these libs nowadays, dude. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, you won't vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, well, people are
I
still.
feel like that's a big contention right now between the fucking leftists. This
Yeah.
blue no matter who thing.
Yeah, people are still. They really want to hug this idea that like there is some greater purpose to all of this. Like our system, it's always gonna work out in the end. You know what I mean? Like the will of
Yeah.
the people like will always come out on top. But that's just not true. And like if you understand history and you're engaged in any way, you probably understand that. And that's why people like us, like to us, this is like I don't want to like this is kind of hyperbolic, but like a life or death quote unquote struggle, life or death politically speaking, like. It is that important to us because we don't see it as like a, you know, we don't see it as it's going to work out in the end. We see it as we have to fucking fight for it to work out if we want it. And if we fail, then we lose everything. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see how this works out. And I hope that Bernie has the spine and the will to run a third party campaign if he needs to. I hope that he doesn't even need to. And I hope they don't rat fuck him like they're saying they're going to. But if they do, I hope that Bernie does not let us down.
Yeah,
Because we
that's
need
the only
him right
reason
now.
why I think that Bernie isn't hiding a power level. I really wish he was hiding his communist power level and that it was actually fucking more radical than we think it is. But like this, you know, the blue no matter who is my reason why I don't think he's, you know, as, for, you know, he's just, you know, he's who he says he is.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was hard to get out.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like, it's important as a leftist, like, not to have any illusions about what Bernie Sanders is. Like, he is not the end. He's the beginning of a new type of politics in this country. Like, if your goal begins and ends with Bernie Sanders, then like, yeah, you might win, but that's not enough. Like, the point is you have to keep going beyond Bernie, and there's something more than Bernie that will hopefully come eventually.
Yeah, honestly, I'm having hopes for Andrew Yang. Maybe he gets a little older, a little wiser.
Yeah.
You know, the next 4 years, maybe in 8 years. You know, I have high hopes for him.
Yeah,
really.
he's gonna pull a Peter Dow and just totally flip like to a hard socialist, man. Like, I don't know, like I don't want to have faith in a fucking like millionaire, you know, tech mogul to flip to socialism, but like that's the thing about Yang is I feel like he's so close. You know, like he's one
So
step away from a
close.
full-blown Marxist, you know.
You know, he's like, man, dude, these fucking. He's always with What's Hip, you know, it's fucking H3H3 podcast, fucking Weed's Cool Boys. And he's like, oh, man, fucking socialism's rad.
I hate that that's what politics is. Like, it's just like a fad, but I mean, you're not wrong, unfortunately.
That's how you get the young voters, dude.
Yep,
And that's how you hopefully get some other people to fucking come out and vote.
absolutely.
Get excited to vote. Honestly, it's so shocking how, like 30% of the population votes, you know? I mean, I understand, like, some people, like, they are just, like, they make it impossible for them to fucking show up and vote.
Yeah, but a lot of people just choose not to, which is the crazy
I mean, yeah, they choose not to because they don't see it as a big deal.
part. Right.
It's like, well, fucking, new person in the office every 4 years. Well, I don't fucking care. You know, I gotta pay this rent.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my heart breaks for those people, but I don't know. Like, there's sacrifices that need to be made. Like, I feel like it's worth it. It's like a common talking point, the one that you're saying, where people are like, I want to worry about the end of the world, but right now I'm worried about the end of the month, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that the way that we overcome that is by having a network of people to help each other out. Because, like, if you have a group of people who are all working together in solidarity with one another, like, you can help to provide each other with those basic needs.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to rely on the
You don't have
on the
such a
capitalist
burden
class.
to carry.
Correct. Yeah, like if you remove yourself from the capitalist class, like you no longer rely on them. It's a lot easier to fight against them, you know.
But I mean, that's all I have for politics this this episode. Do
Yeah,
have
actually,
anything-
breaking news from Poland.
Really?
Yeah. So, okay, everyone on this show knows we're video game fans. We're gamers. Okay.
Yeah, gamers, bro.
And so there's this game Counter-Strike you probably heard of. We play it all.
Oh, yeah,
we used to play it all the
Counter-Strike.
time. So you know that there's actually a huge tournament going on in Katowice, Poland right now.
Oh, is it a
And
major?
I don't think it's a major. It's an Intel Extreme Masters ESL tournament thing.
Oh,
But-
that's a lot of words.
But yesterday, the day the doors were supposed to open, the governor of Cilicia announced that the venue would not be allowed to have people in there because of the coronavirus.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So like tens
No way.
of thousands of people bought tickets and flew to Poland to attend this event, and they're being barred from coming in.
Wow, that's insane. Like this Poland, the country thing. It's like this major is a health risk.
Yeah, because basically like, and
Or, like,
actually
whatever
I
this
kind
is,
of agree.
this
I kind of
competition?
agree with it too, because like if you think about something like Counter-Strike, right? Like they have fans all over the world. Fans from America, Poland, like UK, all the Scandinavian countries, China,
Asia,
everywhere. So like even if 99.9% of those people aren't even possibly in contact with people with coronavirus. Let's say just like 2 or 3 are. Like if they infect 2 or 3 like people each.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Like
when
from
those people go back to their home
yeah,
countries.
and they bringing it back. Yeah,
Exactly. So actually, I
God,
kind of
bringing
agree.
it back to Corona. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
Corona's
really
fucking
sad.
dangerous, dude.
It
It's-
is.
I mean, well, I don't know if it's super dangerous, but like
It's
it's
dangerous
a
because of
scary
how
thing
easy it is
right
to
now.
spread.
It's the 2020 like Ebola.
Yeah, the 2020 bird flu. Or yeah, Ebola is actually a better example because like if you live in a place like America, it's probably actually not going to matter that much, but it still scares the shit out of people. Imagine flying to Poland and just not being allowed to go.
Yeah, that sucks. Like you have you have to like book a hotel like in advance, and then like you have to buy your fucking plane tickets, and like traveling to Poland is like gonna be a super fucking expensive plane ticket, and then like you might have called off work for this as well, and so like you just used up your vacation days. Like you may get reimbursed for like a couple things, but
Yeah,
you're
they're gonna refund
you lost
everyone's
those vacation
tickets.
days.
Yeah.
Like you lost those vacation days. You lost like your opportunity, I guess, to go. But honestly, it's just probably the smart play.
Yeah, it's smart, but it sucks that it happened so like immediately before, because it literally happened the day that they were supposed to open. Like that's so fucking sad, you know?
Yeah.
Because if they'd done it like months ago, people can cancel their hotels, they can cancel their plane tickets and stuff. Maybe make some of them.
Because
money back.
you're already there.
Yeah, exactly. And you're supposed to be
Like,
there for like
you're-
a week.
Like you're probably like the other day you got to your hotel, you're fucking packed in, you go to bed, morning after, oh yeah, by the way, this event's canceled.
That's so
I'm in
sad.
dude, I bet you some people are profiting right now from this shit. It's like, hey, you might have missed the CSGO event, but also we're open right now. What's up? What's it to do in Poland?
I'm not sure. What do they eat in Poland? Borscht? Poland national food. Among the well-known Polish national dishes are bigos, pierogi, kielbasa,
Pierogi.
pork cutlet,
Pierogi.
szmogoi, breaded cutlet.
Pierogi.
Yeah, so lots
What's
of
a
bread.
pierogi?
Pierogi is a filled dumpling of Central and Eastern European
Oh,
origin made by
yeah,
wrapping unleavened
pierogies.
dough around savory or sweet filling. So
Sounds
basically a
good as
dumpling.
fuck. Dude, the fucking European palate is so fucking weird. They're like, yeah, we like fucking like fermented fucking fish, and like that smells fucking disgusting, tastes nasty, and like there's no fucking flavor in anything.
No flavor and no nutritional value. We just like suffering, basically.
Yeah. Oh
It's
fuck.
fun for us. Yeah. What's that fish that like it's so smelly that you're not allowed to open it like in public? I think it's called lutefisk or something. Wait, is it lutefisk? I don't know.
Dude, why in like the early 2000s, like, or maybe in the 90s, like people fucking saw like Europe as like this very fucking like the stereotypical European was like this fucking party person who had like a weird ass accent, and they were like liberal, like super you know what I'm talking about, and they're like they might even be a homosexual.
Yeah, with the color.
Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Piercings.
Yeah, like with
Yeah.
like fucking a bowl cut and shit.
Yeah.
Like a gray bowl cut.
Yeah, I know.
Like why
exactly
was that a stereotype, dude?
It's just because they see it as like a, like a different fucking place. Like they're so different than us.
Oh yeah, for healthcare.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, socialism, yeah.
Fuck. And they're fucking so sexually advanced. Are they? Are like? I mean, is that true? Like, is
No.
fucking sex like not a big deal?
No, of course not. Everyone is fucking conservative in the world, basically. Like,
Fuck.
no, that's another thing I was thinking of recently. Did you know that it's illegal to marry more than one person in the United States?
No, actually, I didn't know that.
Does that not seem weird to you that, like, that's illegal? Doesn't that seem like it should be against the Constitution? Not
It
that
definitely
matters,
seems
but-
weird. I mean, yeah, it definitely seems weird. Honestly, I don't. I think we talked about this. I think I said something about like for tax reasons. I think I said.
Oh, really?
I mean that's what I think for like tax reasons. I don't because I know you fucking like taxes are different when you're married.
Yeah, but, like, why can they make it
I don't know.
illegal to marry two people but not illegal to marry one? Like, I feel like when they legalized gay marriage, kind of that tangentially should have legalized all forms of marriage, including polygamy. Because they basically, their decision was that the government should not be allowed to determine who you can marry. But that kind of isn't true because they've done that forever.
How many people you can marry?
Exactly. Like, what's the difference between that? I'm not saying, like, polygamy is some amazing thing, but I'm just saying, like, who are we to say that you shouldn't be allowed to do that, you know?
Yeah. What I hear happens is like they marry a person, and then they divorce, and then they marry their next wife, and they divorce so they can get the last name still.
Right. Yeah.
And then they just divorce, and then they get to the last wife, and I guess they stay married, but they still have their group.
Yeah, that's what Mormons do, I think. Like, they do those marriages. Like, they do it all on the same day, too, where they, like, get married and then get divorced, like, immediately after, and then just marry the next person. Which is kind of fucking epic when you think about it.
I mean, fuck it, bro. If you want to have 8 wives, if you want to have fucking 6 wives and 4 husbands, I mean, fuck it, man.
Yeah. By the way, the
do
fish
you.
I was thinking of is called surströmming. It is
Strumming.
during the production, just enough salt is used to prevent the raw herring from rotting while allowing it to ferment for at least 6 months. It is apparently according to a Japanese study, a newly opened can of surströmming has one of the most putrid food smells in the world, even stronger than similarly fermented fish dishes such as the Korean, hongo-hae, or Japanese
Oh
kusaya.
my god. I'm hoping you pronounced that correctly. Oh, fuck.
I definitely did it. I don't know Korean.
That's embarrassing, dude. I hate when like something's in a language I fucking don't speak and I like butcher it.
You only need to learn like a little bit of a language to be able to pronounce shit that is in that language, though. So like it really shows how little I know when I can't even pronounce like the most basic fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I knew more languages other than English and a little Spanish.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. I just have a thing where like if I'm not good at it in like 24 hours, like I'm just not gonna do it. I hate that.
Life's rough, man. Yeah. Speaking of languages, though, I've actually been recently wanting to learn sign language. Because
yeah, I know, dude. You've been on that shit. You asked me, and I said no. I shut you down.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Why do you need a partner?
Because how the fuck am I supposed to practice by myself? What am I just gonna sign to myself? No one knows sign language. I don't know any deaf people. That's the thing. But like the reason I want to
a
learn.
girlfriend.
Yeah, but she's not deaf. She hears. She's
Yeah,
only
no,
deaf
but-
when she wants to be.
Yeah, no, but what's the difference?
Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, I'll just get her to learn it. Just be like, learn sign language or I'm leaving you. The best relationship is
Or
full of
else.
ultimatums.
Or else.
Yeah, I just feel like I almost said blind people, but deaf people, like they never get to talk to anyone. Like I was thinking, like, okay, I'm a pretty anxious person. Like I don't like talking to people. I don't have a lot of friends. Like I have friends, and I
Right?
love my
Like when
friends.
you have to like learn sign language. I mean, or if like you're mute and you have to
Right.
use sign language to speak to other people.
Yeah, you can't talk to
Like
anyone.
you already like you wanna like it's already bad that like you might be like an introvert and like have trouble already speaking out.
Exactly.
But now like you have to force people to pay attention to you so they can read your sign.
Not only that, but
Yeah.
most people won't understand you anyway. So like the amount of
Yeah.
people that you can talk to, it's almost like being in a foreign country and not speaking the language. Except you do speak the language and you can understand them. They just can't talk back. I feel like that must be so lonely. So like I was just recently been thinking like it would be cool to learn sign language and just be able to surprise.
Dude, I'm so
deaf
bad at
people.
reading lips. Like when I was working as a cashier, fucking slinging pizzas, like a mute customer like came up and he was like trying to order something.
Yeah.
But I'm so bad at reading lips, and he was like trying so hard to
That's so sad.
like lip out to me like that he wanted to get a pepperoni pizza. That he had to whip out his phone and write it down
That's
so I
so
could
fucking
understand
sad.
him, dude.
Did you feel like really bad about that?
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, you wanted a fucking pepperoni pizza? I'm so fucking dumb. Like, how do I not know what that, like that looks like when someone's trying to say,
Yeah.
Say it.
That's so
I
that's so
felt bad.
sad, but like it's not your fault, but it's still really sad. I don't know,
Yeah.
like the thing about like being deaf too is like people just don't even try to like help you, they're just like, oh, you're deaf. It's almost like you do speak a foreign
it's like,
language. They just
Oh,
ignore you.
you're deaf.
Yeah.
You look around.
Yeah.
Does anyone know sign language?
Exactly.
You like look at the person and then like, you just they just fucking walk away.
Deaf ass bitch. Get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
face.
Dude, I really want a drone.
A drone, like an
Yeah,
Amazon
like-
delivery drone.
No, like a drone with a camera on it. Like I've been talking to Grant, I've been talking to Matt, dude. I'm really looking into getting a drone, dude.
Why?
Like I'm just thinking
What
about
sparked
all the.
this within you.
I mean, I don't know, dude. It was like I wasn't even looking at drone footage or anything like that. I was just like, dude, how cool it would be if I had a drone that like somehow I can hook it up to my computer and like throw it outside my window and I could like could see the highway, sell that footage to like news people. Fucking like I got some.
If there's ever like a high speed chase.
Like yeah, dude. Or like fuck, dude. Let's cut to the drone cam, and then I could fucking let's do a perimeter scan of my property, and then I'd be able to fucking do that.
If we ever do live podcast though, like if people start listening to it, they're gonna instantly figure out where you live. Just come fucking
Yeah,
deliver
they're like,
pizzas to your house.
I recognize that fucking that light right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cow cows over there.
Yeah.
We got them, boys. And then they send me 100 pizzas.
Yeah, hell yeah. That
What do you
sounds good,
do? I
man.
mean,
You just say sorry, I didn't order that. Actually
Sorry,
though,
I
like
didn't order that.
what would you do if someone ordered
I mean,
like 20 pizzas?
I would say, bro, I didn't order any pizzas, and they're like, bro, it says the address. What's your name? David. They said David Morales, and I'm like, well, fuck, bro, I'm sorry.
David. I guess I'm David Morales. I guess I ordered a pizza.
I mean, depends what pizzas they are, though.
Yeah, if it's Loop
Like, what if-
Fisk, nah.
If they
no
ordered me
thanks.
like 100 Hawaiians, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to send it
What?
back.
You don't
some.
like a Hawaiian pizza, man? What the fuck's
I
wrong
mean,
with you?
It's just, I mean, I understand the fucking the salt and the sweet, and I mean the salt and the fucking
Yeah.
umami, like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me on a pizza.
All right, man. That's probably the most controversial take you've had on
Really?
the show. Yeah.
Are you Night of the Pineapples?
Oh, for sure, dude. I feel like if you can't
really?
handle pineapple pizza,
I mean,
like,
I can handle it, but like,
I don't think
I'm
you
not.
can.
I mean, I've had Hawaiians. Like, I'm not gonna fucking throw up in my mouth over a Hawaiian. Like,
Alright.
I'm not as fucking a
Because it sounds like
Hawaiian
your blood's
hater.
boiling pretty hard,
All
here,
right,
man.
because you're fucking triggering me. Like, I'll eat a Hawaiian, dude, but I'm not gonna fucking order one. All right.
All right, man. Whatever you say.
And so if you order 100 fucking pizzas to my house, better not make them Hawaiian.
Just send me a simple,
Okay.
a cheese
I'm
pizza
done.
will do.
But yeah, dude, a drone. I want a drone. I feel like drone would be cool as fuck to have. And like I was looking, drones are fucking expensive as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And like you gotta get them registered with the fucking like the air control and shit, dude.
I think that's only like if you're above a certain height or something, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to fucking soar.
I'm trying to go to outer space, bro. I want to get a
one thing I
drone.
also
That's,
worry about is getting it shot down
by whom?
by just people who just want to fucking shoot a drone down.
Do people fucking do that?
Yeah, dude, people like that's just a normal thing. Like people shoot down drones.
Why? What's wrong with drones? I'm confused.
Cause like the South Park episode, bro, like of the the drone fucking like peeping on people
Oh my god.
and like people's privacy and shit, they'll shoot that shit down.
South Park actually unironically informs people's fucking political views in this country.
I think it'd be interesting.
Probably
If I
would.
start streaming, bro, I have a drone cam.
Let's go to the drone cam.
let's get some drone. Back to commercials. Fuck. That would be the fucking cut to commercials. The fucking roll footage.
Yeah.
Did I love like film like that's like you know, God, this is very just like out of nowhere. I'm
All right,
sorry.
hit me.
You know, Falling, that music video by you know what I'm talking about, right? Fuck, I don't remember his name. No, fuck. Now I have to Google. By Trevor Daniel.
Oh, okay.
That song.
Sure.
I love like for the music video. I love like the B rolls that it has, and it's like just like something that's just really weird. Like he's like just floating or something like that, or like even like where he's sitting in this bed. It's pretty fucking cool.
Would you ever want to
like
do
sitting on
like?
this mountain.
Would you? You seem to lately have been really interested in music videos. You want to
Have
talk
I?
a little bit? Yeah, like would you ever see yourself being like a music video director?
Dude, I don't know anything about fucking film, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but like, do you ever?
I think it's cool.
Do you ever like feel awakened from within whenever you watch a music video and you're like, wow, this really just perfectly, this
I
is
don't know.
exactly
I just
how it makes me
like.
feel.
I think it's interesting that people are able to like capture this sort of vibe in a music video, and that's impressive. I don't know if I could do it, but like I guess
bet
it would be cool to do it.
Also, Trevor Daniel looks a lot like Lil Peep, just without the tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's kind of interesting that like TikTok is kind of like making like these smaller artists like super popular because of like memes and shit.
Yeah.
And,
No,
like,
actually, though, I think it's cool because like there's a lot of good music I've unironically been introduced to from fucking TikTok memes.
Yeah, and I've found so much good music, like unironically, a lot of good music from like fucking watching these shitty TikTok compilations.
At 3:30
I'm like,
in the morning.
wait, that was a banger. Like, let me fucking ShamWow this shit.
Let me ShamWow this shit, bro.
You know the fuck? I don't know what the app's called.
Shazam.
Yeah,
Fucking
Shazam.
ShamWow, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
I mean, a lot of fucking good music, and like that makes me wonder, like, if you have a lot of money, like, and like you want to be an artist, right? You want to be like you want to produce music or you want to make music, right? If you have enough money, could you just make yourself famous?
For sure. Yeah. This is exactly what Ariana Grande did, dude. Her dad, like, I think we talked about this, but her dad, like,
Yeah, we talked
bought
about
out
the
a
podcast.
venue. Basically, like, when she was first starting out and like no one knew who she was, he would buy out like huge venues for her to perform in, and that's how she got started. And I'm not saying anything about her music. I don't care one way or the other, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if you have money, it's a lot easier to fucking blow
Yeah,
up.
like even if you're not good, I think too, like
Yeah.
you could blow up by being shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And
you
like,
know,
by being shit, and like people like Friday for example.
well, that
you
was
know,
kind of like
by
that was like a
Rebecca
viral
Black.
sensation though. Like that, I wouldn't say that was because her parents were rich. Like that was kind of like a thing that blew up because people wanted to make fun of her, which is kind of like weird. But
Yeah, no, but that's the I mean, I don't fucking know if she's wealthy or not. It's like you're wealthy and you make something shit and like it blows up.
yeah, I don't
Can you
know.
believe that was 8 years ago? 2012 was a wild fucking year.
It kind of like this might be a really basic take, but like it really makes me respect Eminem. You know the rapper, because like
I'm aware of that small time rapper Eminem.
yeah, but yeah, like his story of like coming up from nothing, literally from nothing, like to being probably the most famous artist of all time at one point at least, like is very interesting and cool to me. Like I'm not saying I don't want to like encourage that kind of celebrity worship and things like that and pretend like that's possible for the average person, but like that is really inspiring that he was able to do that and like pull that off.
I would say he's an inspiration to like a lot of people who are like really poor and like they know that there's a chance.
Yeah, like he says in his fucking song, bro. All you have is a dream and a fucking rap magazine, bro.
Yeah, I mean, would you consider him an idol though? Like, is this someone you should
Nah.
be looking up to?
No, because he's like, I mean, like maybe nowadays he's better, but like back when he was like mega fucking famous, like he was
When he was
definitely
Stan.
not a good person.
Dan was
Yeah.
fucking deep, and like he was Slim Shady.
Yeah, because but at the same time he was like addicted to drugs and like he had like a bad domestic situation. I mean, like I don't know. I don't
True.
wanna,
I feel like that era, I feel like a lot of famous people go through that era, and like that's when do they die in that like.
Yeah.
Do they die and become like the famous 21? Is that the age, right?
something like that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the age where a bunch of famous people die because they die from like drugs and shit.
Yeah, drugs, overdose, or whatever. Like Amy Whitehouse.
27.
Oh, was it 27?
The 27 Club.
Yeah, like, and that's where like either you die, and you die like a young famous person, or you grow old and no one knows who you are anymore.
Yeah, and by old, you of course mean like 30, because because this shit like literally comes and goes.
That's the Hollywood fucking like age of retirement.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the stripper age of retirement, man. Like that shit does not last very long.
Dude, strippers make a lot of money though.
Oh hell yeah, man! I'm all for stripping.
They make fat fucking banks. Like if I could be a stripper, I would be a stripper.
Yeah. It's weird because like on one hand I'm like, okay, stripping is actually like it's cool because women can like take control of their body. I mean, men do it too, but predominantly women. Like women can take control of their bodies and like take control of their sexuality to make money. But then at the same time, it's like most people that are strippers are doing it because they literally have no other way to fucking make money, which is probably
dude,
bad.
you make fucking bank though.
Yeah.
You make like thousands a night, and
Oh, yeah.
it's crazy.
Is it worth it though?
Did you see Post Malone just giving out like fucking a box full of cash
I
like
saw
of
that.
ones to like throw out, and he was
Yeah.
so fucking fucked out of his mind.
Yeah.
And
That
he's
was
like,
so
"Yo, can I have one, Post? Can I have one?" And
He
then
just
Post
hands
like,
him a fucking wad of cash.
Yeah, what do? Do you fucking throw that at the strip? Like, did you see that picture? Like, the strippers were ankle deep in fucking ones, like in that like their stadium thing. I was like, God, how much fucking money's on the floor, and who decides whose money's who, and like do they distribute it, or like is it distributed equally?
I think
before,
they distribute it,
the performers? I know, but does not like for me why that wouldn't make sense is because there's like this. I mean, I don't know.
What if you're the
like,
most popular stripper in the
Yeah,
place?
what if you're the most popular stripper
Yeah.
and you know it because you're a bad bitch, and you're
Yeah.
like, I should get a bigger cut of like
Yeah.
what was on the floor.
You're like, okay, mister, I'm a bad bitch. My pussy be popping. I feel like I should get a bigger cut of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, that is
More
kind of weird.
people
It's
think-
kind of like
yeah.
it's kind of like when
gets that
servers like at restaurants get paid like huge tips, but then the busboys like don't get anything, and they're like, okay, that's kind of fucked up because like I'm doing a ton of the work, and like you're just getting all the money because you're the person in the front.
Dude, you don't know how many times I felt like that when I was a busser. When I was
It's so
working as
true,
a
though.
busser, because like my server will get like $100 tip,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting $2 of that. I'm the person resetting your tables. I'm the reason why you have these tables.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's a fucked way to think, because also like they're dealing with all the bullshit too. Even they deal with the bullshit and the good shit.
yeah. No, I like unironically though, this is
know.
a real take, not a joke. I really think that like owners of restaurants, they want you to think that way. Like they want you to think, it's fucked up that they want you to be mad at your servers because then you're not mad at them for not paying you enough. You know what I mean?
What I thought, I had like a revolutionary fucking plan that I know wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
That we should get paid more. Like, so there was a problem at the restaurant was like servers like weren't able to run food fast because it's like a lot of food to bring to your table.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let us busters become food runners as well to their servers, because you'd get like a couple servers, you might like pick up 2 or 3 servers for the night, and like we'll run their food and we'll bust for them, and we'll just like make more hourly, because we were only making like $5.50 hourly, and that would solve the problem. And because like the thing is, like food runners, like if you were a food runner at this time, you would make bank, because you get to collect minimum 1% from all servers, and you got money from like basically, and like, so that was like shit ton of money that you were getting already from all the servers on the floor, and you were getting paid $10 hourly, or like $10.50 hourly, something like that. So you were making bank. Like you're
Yeah.
making like $120 plus $10 an hour, like a
Damn.
daily.
And all that shit's unclaimed. Fuck the government. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
socialist, but I don't pay taxes. And I'm voting for John. Oh, what's his name?
Mulaney. I don't know.
Yeah. John
Fuck,
Mulaney.
dude.
That's exactly right. All right. Anyway.
God. I mean,
You wanna-
let's. I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about. If you have anything else to talk about, let's
No,
get
no,
into
let's-
this philosophy. If not,
Hell yeah, boy. Let's do it.
you know, I want to hit these moral dilemmas this week. So you know, we're gonna go through a couple more dilemmas. We're gonna discuss them, and that's what we're gonna be doing for this week of philosophy. So looking at number 1 right now, let me read this out to you. You're an inmate in a concentration camp. A sadistic guard's about to hang your son who tried to escape and wants you to pull the chair from underneath him. He says that if you don't, he'll not only kill your son, but some other innocent inmate as well. You have no doubt that he means what he says. What should you do?
Okay, so the first thing I do, obviously, I draw my katana.
Yeah.
And I go to fucking work. That's it.
Yeah, you fucking put down the guard, you know, cut the rope, and then in all in one swift move,
Yeah.
and then you fucking chink your sword,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
guard turns into meat cubes, and your son is free.
Exactly. And you remember that scene in the Pirates of the Caribbean where he throws the sword underneath Jack Sparrow and he like balances on the sword and then they have
Oh,
a
yeah.
fight? Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
exactly like that. So yeah, next.
Yeah, dude. No, but for real though, I don't know. I mean, it's a hard question. So, do you want one person to die? Do you want 2 people to die?
I mean, if he's gonna kill your son no matter what.
Yeah, it's like your
I mean-
son's gonna die. I mean, it sucks, but like
You have no
why? Yeah, like why should you not do it? You know, like you're fucking someone else over. That's not even related.
If
know?
you have no doubt that he's gonna die anyway, like yeah, I mean, you kind of have to.
You have to save this innocent inmate.
But like I said
Um,
though, that's not the option I would choose.
Yeah. So, number 9, the accident. You're an emergency worker that had just been called to the scene of an accident. When you arrive, you see the car belongs to your wife. Fearing the worst, you rush over to see that she's trapped in her car with another man. She says she sees you, and although barely conscious, she managed to mouth the words, "I'm sorry." You don't understand, but her look answers your question, and the man next to her is her lover, in whom she's having an affair. You reel back in shock, devastated by what your eyes have just told you. As you step back, the wreck in front of you comes into focus. You see your wife is seriously hurt and she needs attention straight away. Even if she gets attention, there's a very high chance she'll die. You look at the seat next to her and see her lover. He's bleeding heavily from a wound to the neck, and you need to stem the blood flow immediately. It'll only take about 5 minutes to stop, and it'll mean your wife will definitely die. If you tend to your wife, however, the man will bleed to death, despite the fact it could have been avoided. Who
So-
would you choose to
you,
work on?
You can't save both of them?
No.
Well, I mean, obviously I save my wife then. I mean, that's not even a hard question.
But
Like-
don't you? I mean, but you're killing this man by. So
Well, no.
basically, what it's saying is that you can't save your wife because even if she does get attention, there's a very high chance she'll die anyway.
Oh, okay, I see.
So
I didn't catch that part. So like, even if you
Yeah.
even if you try to save her, she's probably gonna die anyway. But you could definitely save this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, in that case, you save her you can, right? But like, I mean, like,
I don't
it dep-
know if I could determine.
Yeah, like
I
how do I
mean-
know? Like, am I a fucking
Yeah,
doctor? Like, am I like I walk up, I'm like, okay, triage. Like, she's dead. Like, you remember that scene in Saving Private Ryan where they're like on the beach of Normandy and they're like walking by and he's like, this guy's dead.
Yeah,
we
you're
have
like-
to move
yeah,
on to the next guy.
You,
Like,
you are the emergency worker there
Yeah.
to save them. So like. I guess you would know that like fuck like this guy's gonna bleed out if I don't stop it.
yeah. I mean, like, I would do my
But
best to
also your
save
wife.
both, but I mean, like, if it were actually me in real life, I probably would try to save my wife. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even if it's like a lower chance, just because of the relationship that I have, you know. I don't understand what the purpose of the thing where it's like she was cheating. Is that supposed to be like, if I found out she's cheating, so fuck that bitch, I'm gonna let her die.
That's supposed to be like
That doesn't
well,
even
she
enter
cheated on
into my
me,
mind,
She
you
gets
know?
to die. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
it's like-
consideration does not even enter into my mind when I'm thinking
yeah,
about
like
this.
like cheating versus fucking dying is like
Yeah,
you
not
know,
even
it's two
close.
different things to me. Like,
Exactly.
Like yeah, it sucks that you got cheated on, but like someone's gonna fucking die right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't even I would not even think about that at all. I would just try to save her no matter what.
If I was the emergency worker in this position, I probably would save I would probably save the guy, the man.
Really? I think it would be a hard choice. Like if she were dead already, that would be different. But like if she's dying actively,
my reasoning though, I don't know, it's because like I've never been in a fucking super serious relationship before. And so like it just seems like, you know,
seems like you could find
choice.
someone else.
I mean, well, not really. I mean, like if they were my wife, I mean that's a huge thing. But also like, this guy's gonna fucking bleed out.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
if
I got onto
job,
the scene, yeah,
as an emergency worker to help this guy.
To be objective,
my duty.
Really?
It's my duty is to save lives, and if by attending to my wife, who I know has a high chance of dying, I could save this guy right now. I think I would save the guy right then.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a very hard choice. For me.
It's a hard one. That's a good one. I didn't surprise.
Yeah, that's actually a good one.
That's a decent one.
I think it's the bullshit at the beginning is kind of like dumb, but like the dilemma is pretty interesting. Next,
I mean, a lot of these are pretty long. Do you have the link? You should read this one.
You want me to read it? Okay.
It's spam.
You are the network administrator for a rather large company. You have a young family and need your job to support them. As part of your responsibility as a network admin is to monitor the emails of the organization. Usually this just means occasionally allow through emails for staff members that have been accidentally blocked by spam filters. One day you get a help desk request from a staff member asking for an email to get released. Normally it's standard procedure, except this time, the request has come from the wife of a very good friend of yours. You recognize the name on the help desk request, so quickly attend to the problem. As part of the procedure, you need to manually open up the email to ensure that it isn't spam, so you do, and you discover that it isn't spam. You find that it's actually an email to your friend's wife from her lover. You scan the rest of the contents of the email, and there's no doubt that she's been having an affair for some time now. You release the email, but you can't decide what to do. Your initial reaction is to call your friend up and tell them about the email. However, you quickly realize that company policy is very strict about revealing the contents of confidential emails of staff members regardless of the contents, and unless someone's life is in immediate danger, under no circumstances are you permitted to reveal the information. In any case, you know that revealing this information presents great risk, because even if you don't do it directly, there's a good chance that the dots will be joined somewhere along the line and you're going to get found out. However, you feel that by not telling your friend, you're aiding his wife getting away with adultery, and this troubles you greatly. What do you do?
What do you do? Since you answered the first couple ones already, I'll answer. It's yours. So what would I do? Fuck, it's a hard one. So my gut feeling is to immediately, to immediately tell my friend. But also, like, if this is like, which is funny enough because this is actually the job I'm going to school for.
Yeah, network admin.
Like, it would depend how hard it is to like find another job, or like, because the thing is, if I tell my friend, the wife, like, I don't know if the wife is gonna fuck me, but they could like, hey, like, the only reason why they know is because they read my email, and they could get me fired. I mean, it depends on how well I know this wife, if she's gonna fuck me because I told them, because that would be a dick move, like, right? Because the only way they'd find out is if the wife told management, right?
Yeah, I feel like you could work together with the guy too, like the guy that you're telling. Just be like, okay, we need to create a lie right now so that I don't to cover my ass, so I don't get fired.
Yeah,
I think you're right though. Like, you definitely like, fuck the rules. The rules don't matter.
Yeah,
like, it's your friends.
Don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's your friend's fucking relationship that matters more.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I would do the same thing. I would definitely tell them. I don't know how long I would wait though. I would try to probably like figure out a way to keep my job if I liked the job. Like, if I don't give a fuck, I would just tell them right away and not care what happens.
Yeah,
but like, if I'm trying to keep the job, I would try to figure out some way to lie about it first.
Yeah, and like, if you don't tell your friend, I guess like the part where it says like there's a good chance like you'll be found out is like that. Like, maybe your friend finds out and then like, hey, you fucking knew but you didn't tell me. Dude, what the fuck, man? Yeah,
that's a big betrayal. Like, you'd never be able to trust him again.
Yeah.
Basically, because like, what are friends for if not for that?
Yeah, I don't know what I would do, like, if like the person I hang out like on a like daily basis like was just keeping this big lie from me.
Yeah, definitely.
That sucks.
I would just I would instantly lose like 99% of my trust in that person, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's the right answer. Reveal it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely
Alright.
tell them that, but also not try to get fired in the process.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck the worker. Fuck the job. You know, fuck the job. That shit doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
We're moving on next. The neighbor. You have a wonderful daughter. She's 8 years old and has always been a happy, outgoing child. But a while ago, something terrible happened. She was raped. You're quite sure that the person who raped her is your neighbor. Your daughter is so traumatized that she has stopped speaking. But she, in other ways, what? Your daughter is so traumatized. Sorry, let me reread this sentence. Your daughter is so traumatized that she stopped speaking, but she, in other ways, been able to convince you that he is the one. Okay, so it's a typo. I'm not dumb. Unfortunately, not enough evidence can be found to convict him. You try to put your life back together. You move to another house and try to help your daughter in any way you can, but it's clear that the experience has ruined her life and that of your family. One evening, you've taken your wife out to dinner at a restaurant when she spot your former neighbor at another table. He's eating alone and looks unhappy. You quickly finish eating and leave. The next day, you find out that your former neighbor's wife has been murdered. Enough evidence to convict him of the murder is soon found, and at first you're happy. Finally he will get what he deserves. But then you remember that you saw him in the restaurant at the time of the murder. You know he didn't murder his
So many
wife.
fucking typos.
Maybe he paid someone else to do it. You remember that the police said it had been made it. Oh my god.
Why is there so many typos in this one, dude?
You remember
Oh,
that the
shit.
police said it may have been made to look like a burglary. Maybe it was. You sit down to think, if you keep quiet, he will be falsely convicted for the murder, and the real murderer will go free. But if you give him an alibi, he will go free. But you can't be sure the real murderer will be found. Is it possible that the evil bastard pays someone to do it? What do you do?
Fuck. So this guy potentially could have raped your daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess he raped your daughter if you trust your daughter,
Yeah.
because she convinced you that he was the one who raped her.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Now
why would she
she's
lie
like
about that?
been traumatized for her entire life, and she, stopped speaking. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, as an 8-year-old girl, and like this has happened.
Yeah. I
But
mean, that's
also
horrific.
like, this guy's being, charged for a crime he maybe didn't commit.
Right. I
I
mean,
don't know,
if
what do
there's
you-
evidence.
God, it's a hard one. What do you think?
Well, I think that, like, if a guy rapes your daughter, like, if you know he raped her, like, I feel like you failed to not do anything. against it.
Like you feel. I don't know if that's fair to say.
How? Like, if
If your daughter got raped and like you failed as a parent.
No, not that. I'm saying, like,
Oh,
if your
okay,
daughter
okay.
came home and told you, like, this guy raped me, and then you don't do anything about it, especially when she's 8 years old, like, what the fuck? I feel like I would never be in this situation in the first place.
Well,
But,
I
like,
think the problem is like you can't
you can't prove it or something?
you can't prove the yeah.
I mean, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, because it says unfortunately not enough evidence can be found to convict him. So
Right.
like maybe you did like try to go to the police, but like sorry man, there's nothing we can do about it.
Okay, well, let's assume that we did then.
Okay.
So we went to the police. They couldn't convict the guy. So we know that he raped her, basically, but there was
Yeah.
nothing to be done. So we
The
move
law
away.
can't do anything.
Exactly. So we move away and whatever. We're moving on with our lives, trying to heal. And then we
Yeah.
see that he's in the restaurant, and we know he's innocent from the murder. At least he didn't do it himself, right?
Yeah.
So I guess, like, if the police are charging him with murder, not like hiring a hitman, but
Mhm.
actual just murder, and
That
you
he
know he's
killed his
innocent.
wife.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you probably should say something. I think.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, going to jail for 25 years or something for something you didn't do, like, I think that's pretty fucked up. Even if you're a rapist, But at the
God,
same
it's
time,
definitely a
like,
hard one that like you're like it's without justice,
Yeah.
It's like you're letting this pedophile walk another, day on this earth without, being punished for what he did.
yeah, but then you also have to consider, like, going to jail, like, changes you as a person. It makes you, like, less likely to be able to heal and be better
Yeah.
and stuff. So, like,
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you-
jail is a terrible place.
yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying, like, some people deserve to be in jail. Like, let's be clear about that. Some people definitely deserve to be in jail. But,
Yeah,
like,
but the way we use the way we
Right.
treat our prisoners isn't humane either.
exactly, that's my point. Like, if you know that if being sent to jail for 20 years is, like, basically a life-ending event, can you in good conscience allow someone to go to jail when you know that they didn't do what they're going to jail for? I probably couldn't do that.
Yeah. And like, if this wasn't like, if he didn't hire a hitman and it was just like some serial killer, you are letting a potential serial killer kill another.
Yeah, I would probably
person.
blackmail him.
Oh, like I know you. Wait,
I would be like, I would say, I know you raped my daughter, but I also saw you at this restaurant, so I know you're innocent from the murder. But I'm not gonna come forward with this information unless, and then like something, I would get something from him, you know?
Unless you like. Like what?
I don't know what I would
like
ask
say,
for, but like
yeah.
say
that you raped my daughter, or like
yeah,
say,
yeah,
like,
okay, that's
like,
a good one. I would say you have to admit to raping my daughter if you want me to come forward with this information that I know you're innocent from the murder. Yeah, that's
I don't know
exactly
how legally sound that is, but I'm pretty sure like that might be like the best way to go about it.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, look, you and me both know you're innocent from the murder, but you and me both also know that you raped my daughter, and like I cannot say that you're innocent if you're not gonna be punished for this thing that you did, you know? Like,
damn, it's like, so now you give them the option.
Exactly.
Like, fuck, do I want to go to jail for being murdered, or do I want to go to jail for being a rapist?
exactly. Yeah, I think that's probably the most moral thing you can do, because then in that case, like, you're not
I don't know
you're
if
not
it's
being
the most moral
vindictive.
thing.
Well, it's moral, I believe, because you're not being vindictive by saying like, oh yeah, fuck that guy, I'm just gonna let him go to jail. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like, you're still standing up for your daughter.
Yeah.
Because you can't just let someone fucking rape your daughter at 8 years old and not do anything.
Yeah,
like,
that,
that's just
that might be
unbelievable.
that might be the best one.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, on to the next one. The pregnant woman. A pregnant woman is leading a group of people out of a cave on a coast, is stuck in the mouth of that cave. In a short time, high tide will be upon them, and unless she is unstuck, they will all be drowned except for the woman. They will all be drowned except for the woman, whose head is out the cave. Unfortunately or unfortunately, someone has with them a stick of dynamite. There seems to be no way to get the pregnant woman loose without using the dynamite, which will kill her. But if they do not use it, everyone will drown. What should they do? Holy fucking shit!
Who just brings a fucking stick of
it's like,
dynamite?
I got the dynamite, boys, just in case. Oh my god! Fuck.
Okay, so this is like a
Wouldn't
classic
like the
trolley
dynamite
problem.
like kill all of them?
Yeah,
though?
how the fuck does it just kill? I guess because it's like a cork. She's like, okay, it's like a bottle, and she's the cork.
Yeah, like like.
So
they're
it blows
in,
her
like-
up, and the pressure just like
God.
shoots her out like a rocket.
God, that's like my worst nightmare. Like going through like a cave like
Getting
that,
stuck,
and
like-
getting
yeah.
stuck in. Oh god.
Yeah, that is horrible.
God. Those
like,
people like crawling into the sewers. Fuck.
okay,
Yeah,
I
getting
already
stuck.
know my answer, and like it's gonna be a non-answer because in my opinion, like from the top, like if you're not a person stuck in the cave, like if you're say like you're someone standing over them and you're looking at them down there, and you're like, I can't help you, but I know that you have dynamite, I would never be like, yeah, blow the fuck out of her, you know, like blow her up. But at the same time, I wouldn't blame someone for doing it, you know, like if someone
like,
chose
you're all
to do
gonna
it,
die.
yeah. Like, if someone down
God.
there, the guy with the dynamite, like, if he decided to blow her up and kill her and save himself and everyone else, like, I would never say to that person, like, yeah, do that. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and kill her.
But
I wouldn't blame him for
basically,
it.
I feel like they so basically the thing is everyone will die except the one because her head's out the cave and she won't drown. But like, I feel like the woman without any help will also eventually just die.
Yeah. How would she even
know.
get out? Like, if she's stuck.
She's still stuck. Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's still stuck.
But I guess eventually you could get her out, like, if you had power tools.
I mean, it says that on the cave on the coast.
Yeah, in a short time, high tide will be upon them, and unless she's unstuck, they're all drowned except for her. So, like, she won't drown. So it's like after high tide goes down and it's back to low tide or whatever, you could probably get her out using, like, a drill or something like that. But all the people would die.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I would say, like, if they blew her up, I would be the first person to say, like, that's crazy. I'm sorry you had to do that, but, like, I understand.
Yeah. It's like eating someone to survive.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah. I don't know why they said pregnant. I guess, like, to, like, oh, you're killing two people.
Yeah, that's dumb
Yeah,
again.
it's
It's
like-
just like the cheating thing. It's like, it doesn't change my mind.
Yeah.
It's like, I was going to do the same thing either way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just, yeah, I agree with you. It's, it's unfortunate, but, like, man, it's a fuck thing to do, but, like, unless you want everyone else to die, it's the only way.
Yeah, for sure.
A madman who threatened to explode several bombs in crowded areas has been apprehended. Unfortunately, he has already planted the bombs, and they are scheduled to go off in a short time. It is possible that hundreds of people may die. The authorities cannot make it divulge the location of the bombs by conventional methods. He refuses to say anything and requests a lawyer to protect his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. In some exasperation, some high-level officials suggest torture. This would be illegal, of course, but the official thinks that is nevertheless the right thing to do in this desperate situation. Do you agree? If you do, it would be morally justifiable to torture the mad bomber's innocent wife if that's the only way to make him talk. Why?
Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room right away. The bomber's innocent wife. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
There's no way
Yeah.
that that's moral. There's
no way you can justify torturing someone who's innocent
Yeah, exactly.
to make someone
No way.
talk. And then that means that there's no way to make him talk. So
Right. If there is, yeah,
you would lead to the conclusion that you shouldn't torture him in the first place. 'Cause,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
in the first place, it's illegal.
Well, regardless,
So,
sort of throwing the illegality out of it, like it has been proven that torture doesn't work. Like it doesn't. People
It
when you're
leads to
torturing
false
someone.
answers.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're
'Cause people will
torturing
say
someone,
whatever they want.
they'll
Yeah.
say anything to get the torture to stop. So like there's no way to know
Even
for
if they
sure.
didn't commit the crime.
Exactly. There's no way to know for sure if he's telling the truth. There's no way to know if it would work. And then if it doesn't work, all you did was torture someone for nothing. So like,
I mean, like it's like the best option is to like do what you can in that short amount of time to save, like evacuate,
yeah, don't
I
waste
mean,
your
it's
time
hard,
trying to
dude.
ask him questions. Just go into fucking
Like-
action mode.
Yeah, like fucking. I mean, what's the problem is like you can't just evacuate every fucking building in the city,
Why not?
like because like where are all these people gonna go? You're
I don't know,
evacuating
home.
everybody.
Send him home. Be
They
like,
can't-
hey, day off.
Yeah, but what if this is like a city and like your apartment is like a fucking like
And they're right
what
next
is
to like
stopping them?
one of those crowded places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I guess there's no way to be sure everyone's safe, but like, I mean, torturing someone I don't think it's ever.
Also,
Like-
since they're madmen, so obviously they have a mental illness. And
Yeah,
they need,
like-
they need help.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
We
I
need
don't know.
bomb. How did this madman get his hands on these bombs in the first
Yeah.
place?
It doesn't
We
make
need
it
prevention.
right to bomb someone, but like, it doesn't mean it's okay to torture him. Two
Yeah.
wrongs don't make a right. I think Sun Tzu said that, or something like that.
Oh my god, the last one's a fucking big one.
All right. The last
So let me get a sip
one.
of water with this one.
Oh, are you reading this one? Yeah, you're reading this one. Go.
Yeah. You're going on a cruise. 2 days into the cruise, your ship experiences technical difficulties, and the captain says it needs to make an unscheduled stop. A couple hours later, the captain makes another announcement that the ship hull has been breached, and that you will need to start heading to the life rafts and abandoned ship. The ship life rafts are lowered as people begin to pile in, and you board one of the life rafts. As it is lowered, however, it hits the side of the ship, putting a hole in the side of the raft, and when it hits the water, it begins to sink. There are 10 people on the boat, and to prevent sinking, you quickly work out that 9 people working for 10 minutes while one person rests, and you can bail the water out with their hands. Quick enough to keep the water at bay to prevent it from sinking, but you have to continually keep it up to ensure the boat doesn't sink. By being able to rest one person, you are greatly able to increase the length of time you have to keep the boat afloat. However, if the rescue team doesn't turn up and you calculate that with, how are you doing all these calculations so fucking quickly that within 5 hours the boat will sink? You're like,
Carry the
circumference of yeah, like you pull out a fucking like chalkboard and fucking start doing math.
Oh shit.
Like while the boat's sinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, while you take your break, you glance over to another boat and notice that a friend of yours who you met on the boat is there and notice your predicament. He's signaling for you to come over and join him on their boat so you don't have to continue bailing out water. There's only just enough room for one more person. You also notice that the boat is moving away rapidly with the current, but your boat can't keep up with the hull. It's affecting its buoyancy. You estimate that if you jump ship, you will force all 9 remaining crew members to bail water continuously, which will reduce the total time they can stay afloat to just 2 hours, but will ensure that you'll be able to live long enough to be rescued. If you stay aboard, you will not have another chance to jump ship, and there's no guarantee the rescue will arrive in 5 hours, meaning you will drown. However, by giving everyone a better chance to drown as you watch the boat with your friend drift away. You realize you have about 30 seconds to make a decision. Holy shit! It's like, oh my god, I only have 30 seconds to make a decision. Like,
It's like a fucking quick time event, dude.
Fuck. Okay, the last fucking thing. A, do you stay on your current boat and help keep it afloat as long as possible and hope that the rescue will revive in 5 hours? Or B, do you go into your friend's boat, ensuring your rescue will be reducing the chances of others on the boat being rescued? Woo! God.
Good job, David. So, what do you think? So, like, if you stay, I think you have to stay, right? Like, if you
so
jump,
basically, if you jump ship,
you're basically dooming those people.
You're dooming those people, essentially. They're gonna die. Because, like, but there's no guarantee. So, like, basically, if you stay with the group, you can only last 5 hours before everyone drowns. Because everyone runs out of energy.
Man, in these moral dilemmas, people just can't swim.
There might be no guarantee that, like, you even live if you stay with them. But if you go with your friend, you will live, but those people will die. 100%. You have 30 seconds.
I mean, I stay. For sure. I 100% stay. I'm not leaving that. The fuck? If you leave when the ship starts taking on water, man, like, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, but the thing is, like, you basically are saying that your life is worth more than these 9 people.
If you abandon ship, yeah.
Yeah. What if it was like 9 hoodlums and like a doctor who's like has the fucking like formula to save cancer in his brain?
He's like, guys, I know how to cure HIV. I have to go. I have to jump off this boat right now.
You're fucking getting ready to fucking jump. Like, guys, you're like taking off your clothes. Guys, I'm sorry. I gotta do this stuff.
I don't know. I mean, I would definitely stay though. Like, there's no way that I would even think about jumping.
Yeah. You're
just
dooming none of the people.
Yeah, you have to have solidarity with like the people that you're with, like work together to win or die together. You know, like that's just how it works.
It'd suck to drown though.
I mean, yeah, but also I feel like I don't believe that that's actually what would happen. You know, like you're not just gonna instantly drown the second that you go in water. Like you can survive. Like people on the Titanic survived in freezing cold water for hours before they were rescued.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is like you have to wait for the rescue though, and that might be 5 hours.
Yeah.
So
but
like you would drown because you no longer have the energy to keep yourself.
You can float
from drown.
I'm buoyant.
I mean, not everyone's graced with buoyancy.
Well, exactly, but I am. So like worst case scenario, like everyone else drowns, but I live.
And I'm Gucci.
Yeah, like, it's fine.
I mean, yeah. I agree with you. I would like. I feel like abandoning the other people, like, is just, first of all, it's just like, what the fuck, dude? You calculated that we were, like, you know, we
yeah,
we
who's this fucking Rain Man ass guy who's just calculating?
Like,
I have approximately 30 seconds.
Like, they're running all the fucking numbers.
At our current nautical wind speed, I have approximately 30 seconds to decide to jump out of this boat before my ATP and my muscles cannot properly provide enough energy for me to reach this other lifeboat.
I mean, obviously, like, this guy needs to fucking live because he's the world's
fucking
best mathematician. And his lives is, like, more important than these 9 other people. But, I mean, if this is me, of course, I would jump ship.
Dumbass, no math, David. For some reason, the only math I can do is whether or not I can swim to this boat in 30 seconds or not. Other than that, I'm a dumbass. Yeah, I would definitely stay. For sure. I think if you jump, you're probably a bad person. I don't think that this is like a traditional moral dilemma because I feel like one of the answers is wrong, you know?
Well, I think that's up to you and like your fucking where your morals stand and like.
Well, I feel like if you value your life more than others, like you're a bad person no matter what. Pretty much.
I mean, you know, but it might be someone else's like thing to like self-preservation. Like I gotta stay alive because if I die, I'm like my family might not make it or something like that, and they might think that way. So
yeah, fair enough, I guess.
But me and you were very oh god, what's utilitarian?
Yeah, like we're all about like care ethics and shit. So like I guess it makes sense that we would say that, right?
Yeah. But
Hell
yeah,
man.
that was
that was 10 moral
dilemmas.
dilemmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
And,
I think we should do this again. Let's try to find a better list
I'll
next
be-
time. Like one less typos.
It's hard, dude. It's
more
hard. Dude.
fuck my life. More polarizing topics, you know?
Yeah,
Things
there's
that
a
are
couple
hard
good
for us
ones
to
though,
answer.
surprisingly. I thought
Yeah,
they were all
yeah.
gonna be really shit and like how long have we been recording? That was like an extra like 30 minutes. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Fucking
Hell yeah.
40 minutes. Almost I got 50, like almost 50 minutes. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I want to thank our Patreon pledgers, Grunt980 and Zach/Tim. We appreciate the Patreons and look forward in the next 2 weeks. There's a Patreon exclusive giveaway going on. So
yeah.
if you're in that, you have like a 50% chance. Well, it'll be like a 33% chance to win if you become our next Patreon pledger.
Yep, for only $1 a month, you can literally have a 1 in 3 chance of winning a $10 Amazon gift card and any future giveaways we do, which we do pretty often. We've done basically one a month so far.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be about that. You know, they might slow down a little bit later on, but like, or
Yeah.
not slow down, but like you'll have a less of a chance of getting that as we go on, basically. So like, if you
Yeah.
get in right now, this is like the biggest chance you'll ever have. Of winning.
we're doing giveaways once a month and like we're pumping them out.
Yeah, exactly.
But, trying to give back to the community, we take, it's a give and take relationship.
Hell yeah, man. Mostly give. I'm not gonna lie.
Mostly give. Yeah, come on, guys. What the fuck?
What the hell, man?
60 people on our Discord, 2 Patreons.
I don't know. That's kind of whack when you think about it.
But anyway,
thanks for
this
listening,
has been
guys.
episode 15 of Left in the South podcast. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.